Good morning. Welcome to the morning break. It is the first Monday of December. It is also the first day of December. You ready for this? You done with Thanksgiving? I was telling our guest today, Molly, that it's Mondays with Molly, that I had gravy brain going. And I truly believe it's because I spent so much of the last 5 days eating. Completely. Literally for me, it started Wednesday of last week. And so you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. I'm not kidding you. I ate pretty consistently for 5 days, a lot of food. Now, don't try this at home because it's serious. You have to go into training. I started early in this year. You can look at the pictures of me on TV. I've seriously taken this too far. So hopefully for the new year, you're going to see a new Rob and he will not eat like he's been eating or do that stuff. But for right now, enjoying the holiday season. Going to seriously start doing some of it because I do not like the way I feel right now. So we're going to get in and get serious in the gym again, even before the holidays, even though, and this is important. And this is one of those things you research for the show. And I did. Shockingly, I researched. This isn't just play it by ear, though it sure seems like it at times. Today is National Pie Day. Now, this isn't the big famous, haha, it's pie, like as in the mathematical thing. This is actually the original Pie Day. So today is National Pie Day. Who came up with this? I mean, I've seen enough pie. Seriously, I've had, and I'm brave enough to admit this. There are certain days, Thursday being one of those, I had pie twice. I had pie twice on Friday. Okay, I'll admit to this. I had pie only once on Saturday, but pie twice yesterday. It's a slippery slope, my friends. National Pie Day. Want to check that out. By the way, so much to talk about. So many cool things. We started this last week. It's a new thing. We're going to take a quick looking in at Jackson, Wyoming. And there it is. Jackson, Wyoming. If you've never been, you need to go. Jackson Hole, of course, in that whole area. Jackson, Wyoming. And that's the Jackson, Wyoming cam. I have pictures in front of those antlers. Definitely one of those cool places. They're just waking up. It's still early in Jackson's. Our look in for the day here on the morning break. And listen, hey, I appreciate you so very much. Last week, our biggest week for numbers wise for the morning break. We're just a little over 2 months old. Actually, officially today marks 3 months of being on, and it started. So technically, this is only month 2 of being on 3 days a week. We started 1 day a week, and it was really a lot of fun to do that. Now we're up to 3 days a week. A lot of talk that we're going to go to 4 days a week. You never know, that might happen. And it's just so much going on. By the way, congratulations to my Seahawks winning yesterday against a team that the quarterback should not have been playing. Goodness, that was a train wreck. Minnesota, I feel for you guys. Of course, being from Minnesota, I still have a whole bunch of Vikings gear as now an adult. But that was a tough game. Tough season for the Vikings. Great season for the Seahawks as they continue to roll. And right now, they are number 1 in the NFC West. How do you do? Rams lose yesterday to the Carolina Panthers in a shocker. But the most important thing of the weekend for all of my friends, and we got snow here on Saturday. Now, Saturday could not be, though it was great that we had snow, it was the big deal of the weekend. Of course, the game against the team from up north. We don't even use their name, even though it is Michigan. Ohio State cruises in a victory over over Michigan in the big game. Of course, it had been a while, and it was kind of sad because I moved here and really hadn't gotten a chance to enjoy beating Michigan. But I have now, and I feel much better about life. Did mention the snow. Snow came down. If you follow me on social media, I posted about it Are you really ready now for the holidays? Does this kind of that tipping point when you get that first snow, unless of course you live in California and you don't get the snow like we do, but has this kind of put you in that mode? My wife was already in that mode, but it like accelerated it. We now have Christmas trees in almost every room in the house. We got snowed in, didn't even get, we were supposed to minister yesterday in Lima, Ohio. And unfortunately, due to the snow, even for those of us from the Midwest who know how to drive in it, it was the ice and everything. They recommended that we didn't travel, and they have levels like your level 2, level 3. We were level 2. Level 3 is like you can't even go on the road. You can get fined for being on the road. But we were a level 2. They recommended that we didn't. They close all non-essential things, including coffee shops, which was scary. Speaking of coffee, great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee are running a great deal right now as it is Cyber Monday. Check out 7 Weeks Coffee. Use the promo code ATV10. I have coffee. Now here's the deal. When I got into this, my wife was really smart. She said, Rob, you need to order the variety pack, which now looking back on it, she was dead on, because you get a chance to enjoy all the different kinds of coffees that they have. And man, it was just delicious coffee, all of it. Now, I am a dark roast guy, and that's still going to be kind of my jam. I am looking forward to getting a new order, which actually comes either today or tomorrow, and includes some other new blends that they have. Now, if you've never had a short batch roast coffee, you need to check them out. It's 7 Weeks Coffee. Go to 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you check out. Okay. Hey, listen, I saw this, and before we go and get a chance to talk with Molly here in a second, you can now have your kids talk to Santa on Alexa. It starts today. Check it out. When we come back, it's Mondays with Molly right after this.
Behind every precious life, there was a choice. Behind every family moment, behind every special memory, there was a choice. A life of joy. A life that is beautifully and wonderfully made. At 7 Weeks Coffee, we are funding the pro-life movement, one cup at a time. Will you let your coffee serve a greater purpose?
Hey, the great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee. Remember to use the promo code ATV10 when you shop. One more look in at Jackson, Wyoming. A little traffic now starting to pick up out there. Looks great. I mean, anywhere that just makes you feel like it is the holiday season. It is the holiday season upon us. And of course, you can't have a Monday without Molly. It's Mondays with Molly. Good morning, Molly. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. As you talked about earlier, I mean, eating way too much, which was also great. This time of year, the belt gets a little bit looser. You just have a few more treats. You do have to exercise discipline a little bit, but you know what? 'Tis the season for some treats. And so I definitely indulged on Thanksgiving.
Yes. So what was your favorite thing you ate on Thanksgiving?
Favorite thing. What are all the things that we have? Well, my husband and I aren't really turkey people, so I roasted a chicken instead. That was delicious. So it looked like a turkey, the whole thing. So you have all the presentation to it. So that was pretty good. And then we had some pie. I do have to get into my pie making skills. So for now, we have a store out here called Sprouts that makes great pies. So I just buy it from Sprouts. We like cherry pie, pumpkin pie. I mean, you name it. We got to dig into pies, which pies are some of my favorite dessert. I'm not really a cake person or cookies, but pies, I cannot say no to a pie.
Really? See, pie is like low on my list. I'll take a cake first, cookie second, and then I'll look around. And then if I'm forced to, a pie is third. I just never have been a
Third?
pie.
What? Okay, you know what? We could go into like this whole, but it's Pie Day. So with it being National Pie Day, I think I heard you say that earlier. What is your favorite pie, even if it's third on the list?
Wow, favorite. My mom used to make it was a Toll House pie. It was like basically like a big chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh.
Um, and
Mm.
it was very good. So that would be, and I really love my mother-in-law makes homemade pumpkin pie, and that's like legit.
Mm.
If you know,
Yes.
it's just not
So
like,
good.
yeah, it's different. Yeah, now if you get your pumpkin pie and it comes from a can, that is not legit pumpkin pie, like legit homemade. She does that. It's fantastic. I may
Mm.
have had 3 pieces of that over the weekend. And
Woo!
my wife made a fudge peanut butter pie, which
Oh my
has real
goodness.
fudge in it.
Mm.
And yeah, that was legit too, unfortunately. And it was kind of a sad day. I looked into the pie tin and went, it's gone. And it was the saddest moment I had yesterday. It was like I looked down, I was like, it's
Well, for it to be
gone.
third on your list and for you to be sad and eating that much pie, I mean, that's a strong third, I'll tell you that. Strong third.
It is a strong third. But cake, that's my legitimate. That is where, like, if you want to see like a professional dessert eater, you bring out especially now, and gonna get some shade on this because I don't like what they've done. But Costco used to make a chocolate cake that was their triple or whatever they called it cake
Mhm.
with a beautiful frosting. They've shrunk the thing down to now where it's like little tiny like this, but that is one of my favorite cakes, and I can really do damage to one of those. So yeah, it's legit. So hey, before we get into today, any plans for the holiday? You traveling at all?
Yes, yes, I am. So my family and I, we all kind of live all over the place now, all over the West Coast. I'm in Nevada, then my parents are in Florida, so we all come together. And this year we're going to San Diego, where my older brother is. So we kind of pop around to different spots. So it'll be nice to be in San Diego for about a week, and then we have we have my 1 year old nephew and almost 1 year old niece. So now we have a growing family, which is really cool to have littles in the mix again and watch them have fun. So yes,
Oh,
I'm usually always traveling for
Chri-
Christmas.
Christmas is best when there are littles involved.
Yes, and
It
like
is.
decorating cookies, ripping up the paper, just, running amok, the whole thing.
Yes, completely. Hey, what are we going to talk about today? What is our Mondays with Molly topic of the day?
So the topic of the day, it hit me maybe like a week and a half ago, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be good." So often we get caught up in all of the parties and the travels and the gift giving and all of that, and most of all, it's to be able to create memories, have a good time, show appreciation. But sometimes we get a little too caught up and we forget what the true gift is for the season. And I was thinking, it just hit me, you have these advent calendars and you have, the days before Christmas and all these things with Santa, but we again put that in priority most of the time above what the true gift is, which is Jesus. And so I was thinking, and this is something that I'm actively creating that I'm going to put together probably in like voice a voice playlist, I guess is what I'm going to call it, on YouTube, where it's going through different scriptures all the way up till Christmas Day, leading up till his birth,
Oh,
leading
very
up, and
cool.
they're all very just focused on what the true gift is. Because even in the Old Testament, I mean, it's talking about the gift that is to come, right? So it's not just in the New Testament that Jesus just here he is, and that's that. So it just brings back the main thing being the main thing, because we can get off track a lot because of all these other loud noises and promotions and Black Friday, Cyber Monday, this, that, and the other thing. What dessert are you bringing? And yes, all of those things are fun, but let's rope it back. And the reason why I want to put these, groupings of scriptures together and then put it on this playlist, but even before that, dive in and be able to read one scripture a day leading up until Christmas so your mind can be focused on the main thing, and do it at the beginning of your day, because when you do it at the beginning of your day, it allows it to like seed in. And so it matters, because when you wake up, go right to a scripture that's going to just keep you focused on this season and Jesus being the one and the true gift. Because otherwise, if you're not the light, having that being a part of your life, how are we supposed to show that to others? Otherwise, everybody just gets sucked into the vortex of society, of all the things that really don't matter. Even though family does matter, but Jesus still should be number one.
And I think that is so key because we get into this, all these plans and all the traditions that you have. And then for most of us, then we also work. And so you have all the work responsibility stuff that happens at the holiday. And so so are you starting today?
I'm starting today, yes. And so already dove in. And so I have them all mapped out. And there's a lot of scriptures that are in there because each day either has anywhere from 1 to 3 scriptures. I was
Mhm.
going through this and just got all these downloads and using the YouVersion Bible app, which is super helpful because you can type in a word and then it pops up some scripture. So it helps you expedite it a little bit. But yes, starting today all the way through Christmas and just keeping focused because with my holiday plans, all these other things, my plans tend to go above his plans if I don't make him the first thing that I think about. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So that's where it's
No.
like we need to reframe and focus on what really matters. So we all have a Bible, or even if we don't, we all have one of these. And the YouVersion Bible app is free. And you can be able to dive in there. And I'm sure there's even plans in there of just like scriptures and devotions leading up till Christmas. Take that extra intention and then just, ask the Holy Spirit, invite him in, being like, what would you have me focus on today? What would you like me to do today? Rather than here's my list, you ask for his, and then your list will get done no matter what. But even with more joy and gladness and the fruits of the Spirit, in my experience.
I love that. So, hey, is this going to be available? I know last time we talked about your Telegraph thing that you're doing.
Yes, on
Isn't it
Telegram. So Telegram, there is a free channel.
Telegram.
Telegram, it's a free app. It's like a messaging app, kind of like WhatsApp. And I have a group that we put together called Sanctified. So Sanctified is just for people who want to go in deeper prayer, activation, discipleship. So yes, once this is officially done, I'm going to get this done this week, and then it will be in that group. And then I'll probably just post it on all my socials, my link tree, links in bio, things like that, for people just to have for free. Like it's no cost. It's just like we choose to listen to certain things, and YouTube is, a great platform where you're searching pretty much anything. So I know when I put things out there, the Lord will lead people to the things that he wants them to. And I have a feeling that this playlist is going to be something that people are going to want to just listen to audibly, but then even like urge them to open your own Bible and be able to dive into it, because there's something about physically opening something and not always relying on technology that is really powerful.
Oh, definitely. And I think this is something I heard this year. So what this ties into what you're talking about is I heard a minister a couple days ago. It was his podcast, and he talks about every year he has a theme for the holiday that he goes through and looks at, like love, because of course, Jesus was born in a manger for us, and he went through the whole thing. I think this is so cool, and I think that for us as Christians, this time of year can get to be really almost like and I know it sounds terrible, but we get to a point where it's almost like we back burner our devotions, we back burner all of this stuff that we
Yes.
have going on to go, hey, listen, we have this coming up. We've got lights at the zoo this night. We've got this going on. We got this. We got to get this. Oh, you have to go to work early because you got to get all this done because we have all these parties to go to and all of these kinds of things. And so I think it's so important, and I love this. And when Molly gets it done, we'll post it on all of our socials for Abundant TV, and just get a chance for you to get into this and dive into this kind of stuff, because it is becoming intentional with our faith.
Yes. It's I just, as you were talking, Rob, I was hearing this. It's like, again, back to saying, keep the main thing the main thing. And we do get distracted. There are so many distractions that pop up. And for all of those that are looking for the cheat code this Christmas season, this is the cheat code. When we keep Jesus focus on Jesus and keep him as the main thing, that is quite literally life's cheat code, meaning you want to get away from worry, fear, anxiety, stress. Doesn't mean that things won't pop up, but when you focus on him, those things start to melt away, knowing that we do the best that we can. Don't worry about tomorrow. and just focus on him today and then watch where he leads. Watch where the Holy Spirit leads you. And so if you want the cheat code this holiday season, not to be stressed, worried, fear, anxiety, all these things, just stay focused on him and then he will guide your steps. And so many people are like, but no, I have my own 2 feet. I'm going to ... Well, then you're going to stay stuck in that rut. And so a lot of times people are looking for the answer, the strategy, the cheat code, the what's going to make things easier. It's not necessarily easier, but more fulfilling and then more peaceful, because the enemy knows when you focus on him, he's going to try to throw all these other things in: parties, food, distraction. Even at church yesterday, my pastor highly focused on fasting, really encouraging people to fast and pray, give up food, be able to empty thyself to focus on his will. So it was such a strong message for the beginning of Christmas, knowing that we're all going to eat all the things, but it's a check in our spirit of what actually matters. So that's really what I want to do, is just keeping the main thing, and for people to focus on what really matters, because all the extra stuff is just fluff that really doesn't truly matter at the end of the day.
Well, I think that too. I think that a lot of people get really stressed at this time of year.
Very.
I mean, you're like, I've got to get this great gift for somebody, or anything like that. Or in a lot of times finances, and it's been a tough year for a lot of people. They go, I can't give the Christmas that I gave last year. Oh, Chris and I were talking about this last night. We were looking at, there's a gift that I'd put from a jewelry store that I put in my bag. They have bags online so you can put your stuff in. It had actually gone up $150 from the last time I checked it.
Wow.
And I went, well, sorry, honey, but you're not getting that for Christmas. It's way more than, yeah. And so there's that stress of, oh, I hope I get, and it sounds silly, but it really is truthful that can make a lot of people stressed. And so, dive into something like this. And I think for me, and what you're talking about is really covering yourself in the scripture. And this is not just, we all know the famous verses, but it's diving in, and you challenged me on this. It's like, I started thinking of other things that tie into the verses that tie into the Christmas season. And it's like really cool. So it's okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
We need to get, when you get it, we'll get it set up.
Yes.
2 things you want for Christmas.
Oh, 2 things I want for Christmas. Well, I know.
Yes, on your list.
So okay, there is one. This is the only thing that I can think of, and my husband probably already has it ordered for all I know. He's one of those Amazon shoppers packages every day. Is a vibration plate. So a vibration plate, if you stand on a vibration plate, it helps your lymphatic system, helps with energy, and it helps just loosen up things to like flush things out. And so I've heard nothing but great things health-wise for a vibration plate. It's kind of like a lot of people have mini trampolines, or if they have a big one because they have kids, it like just gets the system moving around. And so that's something that I want, because I was like, you know what, that would be nice in the middle of the day to kind of shake up, get a little energy, and get back at it. So that is the only thing really that's on my list, is that.
And like, how much are these? Because now I'm like, and how big are they? Is it like, am I gonna have to clear a space in my?
It's not that big. It might be a little bit bigger than like maybe as long as a skateboard, not quite as long, but probably double the width. So it's not huge. Oh. It's not massive. Some are pretty big, and I've seen them go anywhere from like $70 to thousands of dollars. Just depends on which one that you want. So yeah, I definitely have one in my Amazon cart, but I think it's already been spoken for. So that is probably the only thing I want on my list. But even more than that, this time of year, I have just the generosity bug of like, how can I go give to other people? A little bit goes a long way. Some food, some cash, take them into a grocery store, have them fill up a cart. Like $100 to them is like $1 million. And it may be a stretch for you or maybe not, but people need things this time of year, because the holidays aren't always joyous for everybody, because they can feel that pinch. So I get more of like, how can I give than get? But my family has always asked me to put stuff on my list. So I'm like, all right, here you go.
And that's one of the stresses we talked about for a lot of people financially right now. It's tough. So there are great things like Angel Tree and all kinds of those things in your area. Go check those out. It's Mondays with Molly. She'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we're going to talk then about 2026,
Yeah.
right?
Vision casting for 2026 and the 4 stages of vision. I can't wait to share those.
Ooh, that's going to be great. Thanks, Molly. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what happened there, but we had a little bit of a technical issue with our advertisers. There. It's going to be a great event coming up, Orlando, Florida next year. We're going to be there. U.S. Christian Chamber of Commerce. A lot of details about that. Crystal Parker is going to be with us coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk a lot more about that. And it should be an incredible interview with her. I've been on her show, and we're super excited to be back with her again. And man, it has been a great day. Molly always does so much fun stuff. She is great to have around, and just kind of interesting. Final thoughts for today. One more quick look in. Let's look in again at Jackson. Looking cool. That I have pictures, as I think I've said, in front of that arch. Jackson, Wyoming, Jackson Hole area. Jackson, Wyoming is the town. Just for those of you that are wondering if I didn't know what I'm talking about, that is actually the case. That is the town. A couple other things that I found to be really interesting besides the Alexa thing, which I think is neat, which I had unplugged my Alexa. Otherwise, it would have been asking me questions. Number one place to travel this year, and I think we talked a little bit about this earlier this year, but now the official numbers are out. More bookings, more flights going there, more hotel bookings there, is Greece. Country of Greece, number one place worldwide for people to travel, including people from the United States. That is it. Nostalgic Christmas is the popular trend this year. So if you're into nostalgia, this is going to be your year. It's going to be great. It's going to be an amazing year for those of us that like bubble lights. Hey, did you ever have bubble lights? Are you old enough to have had bubble lights? Bubble lights are amazing. I grew up with bubble lights. My mom and dad had them before I was in existence. My mom had them before there was a mom and dad. So my mom had them from her 20s on. And that was part of Christmas to me, is the whole bubble light thing. It was just incredible. I loved it. Loved the way it looked on the tree. It is just awesome. Hey, thanks to great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee. It is Cyber Monday. You need to check out 7 Weeks Coffee. That's 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order. They appreciate that, and so do we. And if you've never experienced small batch, small roast coffee, this is incredible, and you need to check it out. Hey, listen, it's been a fun Monday. Tomorrow, Jody Powell from Falls Count Anywhere is going to be with us. It's going to be a great show. We'll talk to you then.